just saw a very inspiring little article, little news blurb thing about a 105-year-old lady, 103-year-old lady. It's enough, whatever it is, that set the world record in a 100-meter dash. And I just gotta say, F that bee. You know, like she's sitting around talking like, oh, if I'm 103 or 5 or whatever, and I can run 100 meters, you need to stay active and whatever. Staying active, that's true, yes. But what she figured out for her life doesn't apply to our lives exactly. I mean, maybe it's something like, if it sparked you, if it goes, oh my gosh, that's exactly, yeah, I am so inspired, and you go out and do it, go for it. If it guilts you and they're like, oh man, she's 100 and I'm 30, I'm not 30, and I can't run 100 meters, and oh, that, don't shame and guilt yourself into whatever or compare. Nothing. Just had a comment about structure and routine and getting out of your comfort zone, and a routine enough that, like, we were talking about working out, but man, that comment, as simple as it was, made me think for hours about structure and versus like the flow, and I think I've got it. I think I got it. The structure and routine is good is if it's healthy, and if it's helpful and healthy, and if it becomes like the thing, like you're living by routine. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think that's the thing. Like, if you're obsessed with the routine and something throws you off, I know a lady who, she weighs herself every day, and when she travels, she takes a scale with her. I don't think that's healthy, right? Like, I don't think that's healthy. Oh, forgive my dress, or enjoy, whatever. Um, it's early. It's like in the 5 a.m. sometime, and the weather seems like it's gonna have some rain and clouds. So I wanted to get this. I figured I'd have to do it inside, and so I might as well do it now. So here we are. And so I want to be summertime, and being inside feels wintertime to me. So I put on this shirt. I left it completely unbuttoned. I was searching for something and found these beads and this tie, and thought, let's just go wild, man, and just see, look, I'm going free. Ladies, my eyes are up here, or gentlemen, whatever. Speaking of wild, in the spirit of wildness, we're gonna add the wild cards back in there. And I'm gonna say this one is your true nature. This is stripped down, like your real, true, raw nature. And I'm gonna say this is like societal, like fit in rulesy things, right? It's written, it's whatever. So we'll see how that comes out. I'm gonna put them in there. Ooh, I put the wild one right by the world. It's a wild world, baby. Hey, how are you? This is Real Nature Trip. I am Trip, and we do tarot here, or we have tarot here. And we just talk about love and expanding our hearts and figuring out how to love each other more and more and more. And for me, that's acceptance right now. It's just all about accepting you and me and our situation and the world and its situation, and maybe not liking it all, but accepting where it is, what it is. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I accept you. And I hope you accept yourself more and more and more. More and more and more. Sorry, I was just looking at my own eyes when I did that. Okay, Spirit. Oh, help us out here, Spirit. Hold the deck. Anything you want. Any positive, supportive, loving messages for our best interests, for growth and expansion. Yeah. And thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Ooh, my beads made a cool noise. All right, Spirit says shuffle one more time. Speaking of structure, it says use the structure. Use the hood. Red. Oh man, I thought of another quote. And so now we're doing the past, present, future spread. No, Nutella. Past, present, future. Past energy. Queen of Swords. This is something about you speaking your truth. My truth. What do you think of my space? My truth. I am not a big fan of my truth, even though it resonates with me. I'm just not a fan of hearing it. My truth. So something in the past where you spoke up and said, it spoke from the heart. And obviously, this is something that is asking you to revisit, right? Like you, as soon as I said, when you spoke from your heart in the past, you probably thought of something. That's what we're talking about. So one thing I want to say, I haven't said this in a few readings, but now we have an influx of new people, and I try to tell a little something what the influx is. And I'm guessing nobody is watching me for their first tarot reading. so everybody kind of knows that, you know, how to take this stuff in. But I like to say it like this. If what comes up like lights you up and you're like, yeah, then you know you're on the right track, right? And just keep going with that. If something comes up and you're just like, no, you're probably right, but investigate it. There's probably something you need to think about, investigate with that. And other than that, you probably won't hear other stuff. So I feel like if it's not for you, it'll just buzz right over. So that's my asterisk, my, what do you call that? Not a prerequisite. Oh my gosh, my mind, my brain, my whatever. Okay, so that's past energy. You talked about something. You told, well, we'll see. It might have been a one-on-one conversation. It might have been an outward declaration of who you are or what you are or whatever. Let's say who, not what. It's who. We are whos. We are not whats. Although outside, we try to label ourselves as whats all the time. Dude, I went by Coach forever. Coach and my last name, where I just thought that is who I am. I put a what with a who. That cost me. That came to a big tower moment. All right, so spoke your truth. Current energy, King of Wands. It's almost like you spoke your truth. The queen's not like forcing it on anybody. She's just sitting there being. So it feels like a situation where people came to you, or you were in the room or whatever, but attention got turned to you and you were just fully yourself and you know, explained yourself or whatever. And now it feels like this, with this King of Wands, it's almost like sitting back and ready to go, like ready to take action based on that stuff, whatever that conversation was. But now it's empowered you, and now you're sitting in your full royalty. I mean, whoa, this is good. Even though this is past and present, this is royal, baby. So with this royal part, I feel like it's about your beliefs. It's about the deeper stuff. This ain't about your commute to work. This isn't about the dress code. This is about your core stuff. And now you're sitting inspired, like ready for that next level, ready for whatever's to come. Well, what's to come? What kind of energy are we tackling? 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Well, that's a delicious thing to come. it's funny because we were just talking about comfort level just now, and in that comment, we talked a lot about, or I thought a lot about comfort and how this card, the last time I read it, was like you have kind of you're now in a comfort zone. You're now in a comfortable place, and in the context yesterday, it was like you need to break out of that, and that is really funny because that was what we talked about this morning, and then. But this is saying, hey, the things you do are going to pay off for you and those around you. And the fact that it's cups, it feels like joy. It feels like peace and joy and like all the good stuff. You're filling your cup. You're filling your cup. And it's a 10. So this situation is coming to an end. Oops, I got a little high on my cap. Something coming. It's coming to a great end. Like tie a bow on it. Put a bow on it. The word project keeps coming up. Like I'm not a big fan of that word either. But maybe I just need to get my head out of it and just say the words that come to my head. So as if you were working in an office. I'm picturing The Office from the movie. Or no, what is that? Office Space. Office Space. I'm picturing Office Space, and you're in that. So let's already say it's ridiculous. And then you've got a project that like you took it on. You're like, I align with this thing, and here it is. And so you're the driving factor. This is the driving factor on this project. It's wrapping up. What are you wrapping up? Part of me, it could be as much as like a graduation, like a high school or college graduation for your offspring. I would say child, but I don't want to say child. Like if we're talking graduation, we're becoming adults. We're stepping into something. This is stepping into something. I don't. If it's you've finished this thing. You're stepping into the next thing. Man, I'm talking seriously, and then I look down and I see my bare skin and beads, and then I realize what I'm wearing, and I can't take myself too seriously. So, whatever this is, don't take yourself too seriously. Pour into it. Pour into it. There's cups and cups and cups. Pour into it, but don't take yourself so seriously. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Just use me as your perfect example because of my perfection. Do not. All right. What are we desiring? Temperance, balance, peace. So that was the message I was feeling this morning, was balance. Like a routine is helpful as long as it stays healthy and balanced. Healthy and balanced. A routine, enunciate. You gotta enunciate. Oops. One of them was trying to get out. Now I know how. Whew. All right. Anyway. Temperance. We're oh man. So let's just look at this whole gal. It's just serene. The look is, it's not like smiling like, oh yeah, everything's gorgeous. But it's a calm face. Man, she almost looks like a lion. Her face almost looks like a lion. A lion's face. I don't know if you can see what I see. But like in all the movies where a person plays a lion, especially like The Wizard of Oz, their face looks like that. And the lion in here is half of the strength card. So I feel like, okay, it's drawing me into the strength. And she's got wings and hands. Man, the best of both worlds. Wings and hands. Just a few days ago, I was like, oh, I would love wings, but I really don't want to give up hands. Hands have done so much for us. How am I gonna keep my nose clean without a finger? All right. So the desire, it is that balance. It's coming into like real balance, right? It's a 14. That breaks down to a 5. 5 is change. You know, and she's got this triangle on her chest. And a triangle in mathematics is delta, which represents change. The change of, rate of change, or the change of whatever. Is it rate of change or just change? Oh man, I'm out of the game. It's change. It's change. And it's over her heart, change of heart. Man, and I said at the beginning, the goal here is deeper and deeper love, more, you know, like accepting and just expanding the heart. But this is showing some balance, and it's like expanding your heart without losing yourself, like you're in the past. You may have given of yourself uh, beyond, you know, without reciprocation, without giving back. So I'll tell you what, here's the thing. I love doing these videos, and I give it my best shot. I don't study for it. I don't, besides my outfits and setting up my painting that my niece Ava did for me. I haven't mentioned that in a while. Besides that, my minimum preparation, when I'm doing this, I'm giving 100%. And I feel like this is a love letter to you. And I think if there would have been 0 comments, I don't know how long I would have lasted, right? Like, I don't know if I would have felt the love come back, right? And so, I'm not trying to like, hey, comment some more. I'm just saying there's been a reciprocation here, and that's keeping me motivated. I think you've had a past situation where you've given more, and it feels like a continuous drain of energy because there's no energy being returned back. So there's that fear. But you are different now. You're giving out love without giving away yourself. You know, you're giving out, you're just accepting. Yeah. Learning how to love without becoming so attached. It's just balance, balance, balance. Okay. The challenge, well, the whole world is the challenge. Yeah. So kind of, this is getting caught in the small details. You know, the earthly little battles that really the only one swinging the stick is the one holding the stick. The rest, the sticks, for all we know, are just sitting there, standing there. This guy could be fighting battles that really don't exist. Fighting battles that really don't exist. How many times do you find yourself doing that? Many times, I'm sure. Many times. All right. What do we got? The solution? 10 of Pentacles. I'm getting this opening up. An opening up. I would love to see it go from the 4 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. You know, this holding on tight to like expanding, letting it go. This doesn't make everybody happy. This old dude sitting in there, he's kind of, is he the king? I don't know. Are they looking out from a castle? I don't know. Sharing versus fighting. Sharing versus fighting. This is solo. This is fighting. You know, this is resistance. This is multiple people, and this is sharing. And here we are again at the end. It's a 10. A 10 at the end again. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? A 10. We're ending with 10s. This future energy, 10 of cups. This solution energy, 10 of pentacles. Spirit, what's up with these 10s? What is up with these 10s? Let's pull some cards for these 10s. We're going off script just a little bit. And I'm gonna cut it. We're gonna lay out 3 cards for this 10s. Oh my gosh, and then we get a 10 of wands. A 10 of wands, emperor, and the 4 of cups. God, a lot of things are wrapping up. And some things are not working out the way you thought they would work out. Like the way your initial vision, but they're working out. This just didn't look like the way you looked. And so that this sometimes sticks you. They're working out, but you feel like it's still a battle. This is a you thing. This is a you problem. I'm not gonna say everybody else is like chill. That's not true. That's not true. But you could be chiller. Yeah. It feels like there's a burden, because even the emperor, that looks hard, and his whole chair is stone. And this another 10, our third 10. This is a burden, you know, like it's carrying this burden. It's not what you wanted. It's not, oh man, you're not seeing it. I feel like this is where the revelations are going to take place for you. Somewhere in these burdens and letting it go and opening from this fight to this share. You know, I'm not saying give all your possessions away and whatever. I'm just saying we're going back to the very beginning was about sharing your truth. And it's about, dude, keep that going. Keep that alive. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, this is where we see if there's any people messing with you in this situation. In this situation that we're talking about, where you're opening up, you're finding balance, you've come through it the hard way. I mean, that now the 10 of wands is telling me, yeah, you came up through the hard way. Man. There's some structure here. There's some structure there. All right, so here's you, them, and then the 2 of you together. You, Knight of Cups. We just talked about Knight of Cups yesterday in, you know, kind of like polishing off old stuff that you thought wasn't valuable, you know, like an idea or a part of you or something, and just like, hey, treating it with the value it deserves. So like, man, when I was a kid, oh, another story about me. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian, and my mom set me up with the local vet. I mean, really, the one veterinarian in the valley, and he was 2 miles from our house. So in the summers that I was 10, 11, and 12, I was spent every day shadowing him, you know, and it was great. What was my point? What was my point? Shoot! We're talking about dressing it up. Oh my goodness. I had a really good point. It was probably the best point I've ever made. Okay, well, let's move on, and guess what? It will come. So you, dressing it up. Oh yes, here we go. So a lot of small animals came into this office, dogs and cats and things. And I got to be in the operating room. I got to neuter a cat, you know, as an 11-year-old. That was great. Did autopsies on goats, and there's so many fun, interesting, and incredibly sad and exciting. All kinds of things happen in that. What a formative experience. Anyway, um, one of the big hop farmers also raised Clydesdales, and those Clydesdales were used in some of the Budweiser stuff, you know, whatever. They'd pull a Budweiser trailer locally. Clydesdales, and they were so well taken care of. And actually, before I go, you know, we went out to some people's property where it was like broken down fences and dead trees and little creeks and slopes and lots of dirt and bugs. And I remember a big old bloated cow out in the middle of nowhere that we had to hike into and whatever. But you went to this ranch and the barn looked practically brand new. It was huge, all this beautiful wood and iron. And then you walk in and it smells like clover and shampoo. And these horses were so huge and so beautiful and smelled so great. They were perfectly taken care of. I could walk underneath one of them. They were so big. Anyway, but that was like, I mean, those horses could have been neglected and they would have just been big old matted horses, right? But they were well taken care of, you know. And some of those other animals, they could have probably been better taken care of. I don't know. But that's what wanted to come out. Okay. But something about you taking care of yourself, you coming, understanding your worth, and taking care of yourself because of that. That makes sense. That's a pretty common theme in life. So that's you. Them celebrating something. I don't know if this is are we talking about a graduation, you know, or some thing, some culminating thing. So I think the person you're dealing with, this is the person that is finishing, like they're the project. So I'm really getting a I would say, you know, parent-child feel, but not necessarily. But maybe it's, are you mentoring somebody who's finally kind of achieving? Are you a teacher? Or yeah, it gives this teacher, parent, mentor vibe. And this person, they're getting there. And you know, you've kind of been polishing up. The way you're treating yourself and the self-respect and whatever has been a big influence lately, especially for this person. So the two of you together, Page of Cups. Oh yeah, it feels like them especially, both of you, but them especially, they're free to go and take on the whole world. Like this super does feel like a graduation, and man, and because it's June. So take that with a grain of salt, because it's June that I'm saying graduation, but it's really got that feel. And it's freeing. It's like, here you go. Here's the key. You have earned the key to open up and move on, and the world is yours. All right. So the situation, Page of Wands. So yeah, it's moving on. It is really moving on. So this Page of Cups, this adventure can happen anywhere. In fact, I feel like this actually now has been part of the adventure, like the learning and the taking it in. You mentoring this person. You're the little fish talking to them in their ear. I'm kidding. You're not the little fish. But now the situation is, look, they're now going to go out into the world. There's movement in there. Movement. I feel like you did your job. So as Six of Pentacles, it feels like now you can just share, you know, like without giving yourself away. Like you know, when I go back to the beginning of this read, man, this is taking a long time. Holy cow! Holy cow! We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. At the very beginning, there was something about overly giving of yourself, sharing, and it became a burden, and it was an energetic loss. And now it's saying, hey, this person, and that might have been okay, especially if it was a child. You know, and I don't know, I'm speaking way out of turn here because I don't have kids, but I feel like investing, not for an outcome, but just to grow your kid and expand them and their whatever. And you didn't need return love like I did, but you got it along the way. But now it's like they're in a position, whether it's your own child or this mentor or student or mentee or student or whatever, they're now in a position where they're more independent. You've created this. You've helped them become stronger and more independent. And now the energy you give can be much less, but it's like, instead of like all day lessons, it's like a tutoring session once a week, kind of a drop-in. And you're just like, hey, a check-in. That is the situation. The do, or that's the do, and the don't do. So we got 4 of Swords. And it's like, don't sleep on it. So it's like, don't just give it up completely. Like, oh, I got you going. You're out in the world. See ya. Forget it. It's more like, hey, we work together to get you able to go to this next step. And I'm still going to be here for you. That's what should be in your head. I'm still going to be here, but I'm taking a quieter role, stepping back. Oh man, is it? I feel like when I said stepping back, I felt like I was talking specifically to a few people, like helicopter parent, you know, like, okay, you gotta let go. You gotta let go. You gotta let the birdie fly. You gotta let the birdie fly. All right. So I really feel like it's a person, but it could be a project of like whatever, and you've got to let it go on its own, whatever that is. I don't know. Wow. You made me say I don't know a lot today. Whew. Oh, now that the work is done, we can get back to being a regular person. I feel so violated. Hey, I got a new candle from Harmony Hills. It's called Apple Valley. We live in a very large apple producing area, and hops and apples we're pretty famous for. And this doesn't not only smell like a Granny Smith apple, you know, there's also kind of a bite to it. And I said, hey, what's that bite? And she's like, grass. So yeah, so Apple Valley, she added a little grass smell to an apple smell, and maybe that'll smell like our area. If you want more candles like that, Harmony Hills, Jeannie Coulier is the maker. She's a cousin of mine, so take that with, you know, I'm not trying to promote her. She might give me a part-time Saturday job one of these days. I might be a candle salesman for a farmer's market. I'll put that on my resume. I told her, I'm saying yes until it's a no, so whatever. Anyway, I love you. Now I'm babbling. And I hope this was helpful in some sort of way, supportive, helpful. That's, I feel like I've got, the last 3 reads, I feel like I've got something to say. But whatever it is, it's not fully cooked yet. Sorry. Okay, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.